evening. I would like to call to order this public work session of the Mahwah Board of Education for August 28th, 2019. Would you please take roll call, Mr. Bleeker? Thank you.
Ms. Conica.
Here.
Dr. Morthy.
Here.
Mr. Wendrikowitz.
Yes.
Mrs. Acone.
Here.
Mr. De Silva.
Here.
Mr. Gallo.
Here.
Mr. Copeland.
Here.
Mr. Kesmarski.
Here.
And Ms. Barron.
Here. Adequate notice of agenda of this meeting has been provided to the Ridgewood News and the Record, specifying that the Mahwah Board of Education will meet on August 28th, 2019, in the Administrative Offices, 60 Ridge Road, Mahwah, New Jersey. A copy was filed with the Township Clerk. Let's see. Mr. De Silva, would you like to read us in the pledge this evening, please? Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I get it. We do not need an executive session this evening, so I'd like to go on to agenda questions. Please limit your questions at this time to resolutions under new business on this agenda. As a matter of fairness, you are asked to limit your questions to no more than one and your remarks to no longer than 3 minutes. If you are here representing a group, please identify yourself, the group, and your position in the group. If you are here as an individual, please give us your name and address. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes, and would you please specify the resolution you are referring to in your question?
Evelyn Slackbauer, 43 Thunderhead Place. 17C, can you explain how the funds are generated that are being deposited and what the funds will be used for the 2 new accounts?
Sure, absolutely. So the first account, the summer savings account, this is part of a new piece of the MEA contract, a new contract that was just signed. Employees have the opportunity, those that are paid over a 10-month period, to have a portion of that pay put into a summer savings account, which they would then get back at the end of June. So that's the first account, how the funds would go in there. Second is the scholarship fund account. Right now we have our scholarship funds detailed with a subsidiary ledger commingled with some other funds. It was a recommendation of our auditors to pull those funds out, have them in their own separate account. There's still going to be one scholarship account for the several scholarships that we have, but having them isolated is addresses a recommendation that the auditor had.
Okay, and those are scholarships for students?
Yes, they are.
Correct, right. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, thank you. Let's see. I have Superintendent's report, Dr. Shaw.
I do. Good evening, everyone. Just a few things this evening. The first is that our schools are really coming together. We're opening up in a few days, first day for students on September 5th. Really looking forward to that. The second update is the distribution of our laptops at the high school. We've completed 3 grade levels. A huge shout out to our technology team, who have really done an outstanding job, as well as Mr. Pascal and his team there. It is a very coordinated, well-organized effort, and seems to be really received well by the students. So we have 1 more grade level. That'll be tomorrow during the freshman orientation at the end. The third is that we're getting set for opening day. Very excited. Whether you're a new teacher or you've been around for a while, or a new staff member or been around for a while, opening day is opening day, and it's extremely exciting. That will be September 3rd at 8:15 in the auditorium at the high school. The board has been cordially invited to attend if you've not had the opportunity to be there. It is an exciting time for our staff. It is a celebration of students, a celebration of us, and a really great kickoff to the beginning of the school year. Mahwah School Foundation will fortunately be joining us as well, so that they can speak to the staff about the grants and what that looks like as well. So I hope that all the board members can make their way to us. Probably get there around 8 o'clock. The parking lot is busy with the entire district staff. So up to you. 8 o'clock, Dr. Morthy. 8 o'clock.
Got it.
That's 8 sharp.
I'm 7:45, okay?
All right.
Just relax, everyone.
Mr. Bleeker, do you have a report for us this evening?
No report this evening.
Thank you. Mr. Fair, do you have a report for us this evening?
Yes. just wanted to report that we just completed our new hire orientation. We had 30 awesome people. I think this has been the 6th cycle of new hires for me, and this has been the most promising cohort thus far. And I feel like it was a really exciting and fun time, and we're excited to start the school year off with them. We just finished our admin retreat, where we worked with all of our administrators and leaders to work on district initiatives and getting ready for the school year. So, Happy New Year.
As I like to add that part of the retreat was a collection of food for the Student Center Food Action, and it was really successful. There were 5 full bins of material given to the Center for Food Action. It was very good of the administrators for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's a great start to what our theme for the year is, which is
Hashtag Mahwah
connects. So our goal is to do more of that connecting with course content, with each other, with the community, with students and staff. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Fair. I don't have a report for this evening. Just looking forward to the new school year. Very excited about everything, the new building and the curriculum going into it, and our new hires and everything else. And really, really looking forward to it. Board committee reports. Do we have any board committee reports for this evening?
Go ahead, Pete.
Oh, thank you. I was just giving my hand up.
Welcome.
We become BFF. Last month, at the last board meeting, we mentioned our committee, Community Relations, put forth our goals, our mission statement. And this past, what was it, 23rd, we put together, after a summer of going over things, and your minutes are in front of you, except for Brett doesn't have a copy, you don't have a copy, and I forget who else doesn't have a copy. Because they've received it from
Did
me
he
ahead of
really?
time. Are the items that we discussed.
BFF.
First of all, I want to thank the administrators, Dr. Schoen, Dennis Fair, for their help and guidance in putting this together. Without them, I don't think we would still be spinning our wheels. In order for our mission statement to be successful, the board has to buy into some of these activities. For example, back to school night, Mahwah Day, the grand opening, ribbon cutting of the STEAM building. The back to school night, what we're asking for is, let me backtrack a little bit. The president of the board shall develop an activities calendar, a master activities calendar, where you can sign up that you'll be able to attend an event. So if you want to be one or two board members who wish to attend Betsy Ross's open house, you'll get a name tag. Now, mine's finally right side up. Unfortunately, they got discarded, but for the rest of you guys, I'll set that one for you tonight. And they were accidentally thrown out, but he's going to replace it.
I thought they were wonderful looking, and I thought, when are we going to get ours?
That's what I said, where are they?
You get one when you sign up for something.
You sign up for something.
Right?
No,
I got
if you're
it.
lucky.
There you go.
No, all is required is that you come to the open house, the principals will introduce you, stand up, smile, and be available if they have any questions for you. As far as the Mahwah Day, Mr. Bleeker's working on it now for me, getting all the insurance information together, and that will entail us having a tent, a table, and 2 chairs there for board members to be there throughout the day, not the entire day, maybe an hour or two, to be there to answer questions from any of the community members. We're not selling everything. We're going to give trinkets away. And pencils. We said we had pencils or something?
We have pens.
Pens. So that's another way.
Tri-color pens.
Pardon?
Three
Oh, yeah,
different colors.
that's right.
Yeah.
And then the grand opening of the STEAM building, you all know it's on September 10th. I talked to the mayor, he said, yeah, I received my invitation already, he's ready to go. People are excited about that. And of course, the sealing of the time capsule, which will be open in 2049, which marks the 100th anniversary of Mahwah District. The Parent Academy, we want to have
There's a chance. Will we be invited back in
Yeah.
2049?
I hope so. I hope.
No, you'll be
I
late.
hope to.
You'll be late.
I'll be late. I'm putting it in the calendar now.
I'm here.
Thanks, Pete.
Anyway, the Parent Academy, we feel, has to have more of a PR push. And we're going to work on that with more of a presence on our webpage, the HSO participation, and increased enthusiasm in various programs. The Coffee with the Community, this is something we're gonna try. We don't know if it's gonna be successful or not, but our first one will be in October. And at which point, they said I would be there with Dr. Schoen at 6 o'clock before the meeting night. Be there like 6:50 to meet and greet people who may wanna come have coffee and have questions. It would change every time. I think we do it, we say once a month. Once a month, 1 or 2 board members can sign up and be there with your name tag. Communication Survey Monkey. We've noticed a drop off in the number of times parents are opening up for emails. So Brett Kelpin's gonna put together a Survey Monkey together with the superintendent, and they're gonna see what parents are comfortable with, how they would prefer to be notified by the Board of Education. Like for example, the snow day we got announced last week from the superintendent. That was really great. I know you did, but it was like a snow day. Then we had utilization of utilization of Mahwah Community News channels 33 and 78. While we do put something out on Thursdays of our meetings on our website or on Facebook, we have now, the mayor has will allow us to take and make a copy to give to Mahwah Community News to run after each meeting on a certain date, so they get used to a routine. It's gonna be on Tuesday morning at 10 to 11 of our meetings. So now we've expanded the number of people who will be watching this. It'll be on channels 33 and 78, unedited. So we got that done. We have a district announcement newsletter, which we said would come out in November, March, and June. Building principals, we encourage to mention successes they've had in their buildings. Nothing elaborate, just an informal newsletter, which lets us know what's happening. As far as the budget, there was a little problem with the budget last time, so right now the committee knows to go through the superintendent to decide whether or not we have money in a budget to purchase anything. Not that we're gonna buy anything. Again, the whole thing can work if we all pitch in. I mean, if you can make an event, please come. We did have some feedback as far as changes to our mission statement. We accepted some and said the others were so close to what we were asking for, we just sort of put it aside. But for those who sent it to us, thank you. Again, the committee worked hard on this all summer. We thank the administration for their help, and we hope that we become successful with this thing.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. You reached out to me, and I really appreciate that. And when you told me about this, I thought this was a great idea from the whole committee. I thought this is really, really interesting stuff to do that could get the community more involved. I hope that it does. And since then, I have set up a calendar. There's nothing on it yet, but I've just invited you all to the calendar. So pretty soon, I'll be putting on the events, the sporting events, the plays, and things like that. And if you're available, just plop in your name, and we know that we've got that covered. And then if there's gaps, whoever can fill it will be able to fill it. So it'll just be, you're not required to do it, but it would just be, I think, a very nice thing to be there. So thank you to everyone for that. Another committee report?
So on behalf of Instruction and Curriculum, we actually had our first meeting of the year today. And a couple things I just wanted to highlight. Number one, obviously, the STEAM building, and I think everyone's super excited and glad to see that it's opening before the first day, and it was all done. So congratulations to Lauren, Dennis, Mike, Lisa, the whole team, Kyle, obviously, and Greg, right? Who really, tremendous job, really, because I know you guys worked all summer a lot on that, and we look forward to September 10th, the grand opening of the building, ribbon cutting. I just wanted to also highlight, because Brian Corey came to our meeting to talk about the modified one-to-one laptop initiative at Rampo Ridge. I think high school does it one way, and I just wanted to highlight that they did make some changes at the Ridge, and I think that's important for parents to know. The main effort of this was he said to build equity between content areas. so that there would be a little more equitable distribution. Basically, what's different is this year, 7th and 8th graders, there's a modified one-to-one. So what that means is they pick up their laptop, which is the same one that they would use every day, and that's assigned to them, in their morning homeroom. And then at the end of the day, they've created a PM homeroom, which is like a 5-minute homeroom, for those laptops to be returned. And the one shift that they made is the exchange between classes at the Ridge used to be 4 minutes, and they have now made it 3 minutes, which educator feedback from Ms. Saccone, who's on our committee, was that she thought actually that was a good decision, because otherwise it's a little extra 60 seconds for there to be issues sometimes in the hall.
Hanging
So,
out at the lockers,
right.
yeah.
And hanging out and so on. So that's how they took care of that. So there's 5 minutes at the end. For 6th graders, they will still have the laptops remaining on carts, but they've increased the number of carts and the number, because they've taken some from the high school, and number of laptops for their usage. So they thought for the 6th grade, let's see how 7th and 8th goes before they started something similar in 6th grade. But anyway, I thought it was just exciting to know that really our district technologically is coming almost, between 7th and 12th with access to laptops. I think that's a great thing, and I look forward to that. So, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Do you have any other board member remarks or comments on any reports or non-agenda items at this time? Old business, are there the motion to move old business? Ms. Conoco, second by Ms. Saccone. Would you please take roll call, Mr. Whitaker?
Ms. Conoco,
Yes.
Dr. Morthy,
Yes.
Mr. Wendrikowitz.
Yes.
Ms. Saccone.
Yes.
Mr. De Silva,
Yes.
Mr. Gallo,
Yes.
Mr. Copland,
Yes.
Mr. Kizmarsky.
Yes.
And Ms. Barron.
Yes. I'd like a motion to proceed on new business 17A through Z. I've got Mr. Wendrikowitz and second by Mr. Gallo. Do you have any comments, questions on any of the items? I would just like to, as I try to do every time, thank donations. And we had a very generous donation of $5,000 from the Betsy Ross HSO to support the development of the STEAM Center outdoor classroom. So thank you very much, Betsy Ross HSO. It's much appreciated. All right, would you please take roll call?
Ms. Conoco,
Yes.
Dr. Morthy,
Yes.
Mr. Wendrikowitz.
Yes.
Ms. Saccone.
Yes.
Mr. De Silva,
Yes.
Mr. Gallo,
Yes.
Mr. Copland,
Yes, I'm abstaining on check number 96314.
Mr. Kizmarsky.
Yes.
And Ms. Barron.
Yes. Now, I'd like a motion to move on new business A through T. Mr. Copland, second by Mr. Wendrikowitz. Do you have any comments, questions on any of these agenda items? Yes.
I wanted to thank on 18S, we're approving some volunteers at the various schools. Want to thank everyone who's volunteering their time, whether it's in HSO capacity or whatever else they're doing within the school. So a lot of the programs we do cannot be done without volunteers. So thank you everyone who's volunteering their time.
And I just wanted to say welcome to all the new hires, but I just wanted to highlight 18H, because Courtney Bellavia actually I've known since she was a little girl, and so it's nice to see she's actually one of our neighbors, and a neighbor, and then a student at Mahwah High School, and then now she's going to be working as a para. So it's nice to see the how it transforms some of these students, and they want to come back and work in this district. So kudos. So thank you.
Could you take roll call, please?
Ms. Conoco,
Yes.
Dr. Morthy,
Yes.
Mr. Wendrikowitz.
Yes.
Ms. Saccone.
Yes.
Mr. De Silva,
Yes.
Mr. Gallo,
Yes.
Mr. Copland,
Yes, but I'm abstaining on 18S.
Mr. Kizmarsky.
Yes.
And Ms. Barron.
Yes. I have it. portion of public questions or comments. So this section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes. May I have a motion to open to the public? Mr. De Silva, second by Dr. Morphy.
Evelyn Slackbarrow, 43 Thunderhead Place. Okay, so updates on two things. So the parking lot and the students exiting out. So apparently, I guess the traffic light, you were saying that it's not going to be completed until November?
That's what the contractors are telling us. There's a shortage of some of the key materials.
A shortage of the key materials. Okay, that's interesting. So when the kids are attempting to exit the parking lot without the traffic light there, the congestion trying to get out, as far as the traffic pattern, will the students be directed to make a left out of the high school parking lot, or will they be told to make a right, go down to the end, and like do the circle under JK to come back out again?
I think that's a question for Mr. Pascal to answer better than us.
Okay.
But we spoke to him before this meeting. We spoke to him in
Yeah.
curriculum, and I said, you know, are you going to be concerned about, you know, the traffic pattern without the light? He had no concern, so.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I guess that's it.
You
then.
might want to reach out to him directly.
No, I will.
Yeah.
I'll pester him. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very
Please don't
much.
pester him.
Don't pester.
Do you have anyone else? Okay, thank you. May I have a motion to close the meeting to the public? Mr. De Silva, seconded by Mr. Cobb. And may I have a motion to adjourn?
Ms. Barron, real quick, before
Yes.
we do that, I just want to point out, so that everybody's aware, our next board meeting on September 11th, we moved, it's
Yes.
not at 7 o'clock, it's going to be at 6 o'clock. And the reason we're doing that is because the Township 9/11 Memorial is going to be at 7 o'clock. So we figured if we move our meeting up an hour, that'll give everybody the opportunity to attend both the board meeting and the 9/11 Memorial downtown.
Thank you for
Thank you,
pointing that
Rick.
out.
Thanks,
Thank you very
Rick.
much. Now I have a motion to adjourn. Mr. Silva, second by Mr. Gallo. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all very much for attending.